Hey guys, wanted to let you know this episode is sponsored by one of our patrons, Logan Hayes.
Yeah, so Logan is a filmmaker. So if you have any needs in the world of maybe it's a wedding video, maybe it's a promotional video, maybe you want to make a commercial, some sort of marketing material, Logan is your guy. So you'll want to head over to www.loganrhayes.com. That's spelled Loganr. Hayes, Hayes, and you will use promo code, all caps, Muggle for 10% off a quote with Logan.
Yes, you're going to go to the contact page. It's a spot for a promo code. Really easy. Logan does great work. He's done several weddings. He's got examples of some of the stuff he's done there on the website. Follow him on Instagram as well. And yeah, he's super good. He is someone that we know well. We can vouch for him. He's a good guy. So please support us, support him by using code Muggle over there. Hello, listeners, and welcome to episode 14. Are we on episode 14 now?
14 of them.
Wow, episode 14 of A Muggle's Perspective. I am your perspective, Rogge, and I am joined by my friend Braden, who's a Muggle. Braden, how the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
I'm good. It's warm here in northern Indiana.
It's so friggin' warm.
I wouldn't wish this on anyone, but besides that, yeah, things are good.
Yeah, I basically walk outside in the mornings and I feel like I have to wade through the air.
Yeah.
Like the moisture is just so thick and it's essentially miserable by 3 o'clock. So, welcome to Indiana.
Yeah, that's just really what we deal with. We choose to live here, so we're excited to do chapters 9 and 10 of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So Braden's going to walk us through sort of his observations and what he thought of the chapter, and that'll be fun because he doesn't know what he's talking about and we can inwardly judge him.
Yes, so let the judging commence. These were pretty exciting chapters, a lot going on.
More action-packed than I remembered, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot to sort of digest and process through that I will probably struggle to digest and process through, which will be fun for you as the listener.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope you struggle.
Yeah, I know you do.
We're really getting into, I mean, would you call this the first time that we've hit the meat of sort of the plot of the book?
I think so. I think this is the first time that I'm having to like really think through implications of Harry's past and what that means for the future of Hogwarts and the future of good as we know it, I guess.
So that's how high the stakes are here.
I think we're starting to get to those stakes, yeah.
Good. High stakes is always more exciting. Mm-hmm. So before we jump into the chapters, we do want to give a shout out to a couple Trivia Tuesday winners. It's been 3 weeks since we recorded. It's been a while. So yes. Shout out to Katie, got this one right. Do you remember the name of the leader, Braden, of the Headless Hunt? Sort of nearly Headless Nick's rival ghost? I'll give you a hint. It's Sir something.
Sir Duke Wellington.
I wish. Sir Duke Silver. No. Patrick Delaney Podmore. Sir Patrick.
See, 2 weeks between trivia is like pretty tough.
It is.
3 weeks in this case. So
it's not easy. We've got one other nearly Headless Nick question. What year did he die?
1749.
No. So the death day party that they hold for him is a big one because it's his 500th death day. So that puts us back in 1492.
I was roughly 300 years off.
Yeah, you weren't. That's kind of funny. Yeah, the books are set in the 90s. So book 2, 92, 500 years before that, 1492. So congrats to Emily Austin, former sponsor. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Not true, many-time caller. Emily got that one.
We should have a call-in podcast.
I'm saying, dude.
That would be so much fun if we could get enough people to know what was going on and just have, like, just open up the lines. People can yell at me or tell me how dumb I sound.
I feel like we do it during the movie watching for Chamber of Secrets.
That would probably make that more interesting. Listeners, if you think this is a good idea, let us know. If you think it's a stupid idea, also let us know.
So we had our fantasy football draft.
Us too.
Last weekend, which I know you guys are all really excited to hear about, my fantasy football draft. So as the commissioner, I tried to do like a live stream, and I don't know how Facebook Live works, but I got on something called Facebook Live, and apparently you can just jump people on who are watching or listening. They can request to be added to the stream. You can do only one person at a time, but we could sit there with the iPad, and then if Katie, if Logan, if Emily, if Joseph is watching, then they can request to join the stream, and their face will pop right up there so everyone can see them.
Wow.
I think that would be a good way to do it.
Technology. Yeah, that seems to make sense.
So I think that'd be exciting. I also thought we could maybe do a like answering machine where people leave questions or comments on like a tip line kind of, and then we play them the next week.
Yeah.
But you can hear your own voice on the pod.
Yeah, and like we should have a tagline that they have to like start off the call with. Like, have you ever listened to the Dan Patrick Show?
I have not.
Okay, well, so like anybody that calls into that show, they like say, hi, Braden Carpenter, I'm from Lafayette, Indiana, 6 foot, 180, and then they like ring a bell like a boxing match is about to start. Mm-hmm. I don't know how that started or what the relevance is, but every caller does it.
Huh.
So you should have to say what house you're in.
Hey, Eric Tutherow, Hufflepuff. My wand is birch and unicorn hair.
Yes.
12 inches, reasonably supple.
Yep, we'll go. That sounds good. So something like that. That'd be fun. We'll plan that out, maybe not on the air.
Well, then how will the listeners know? I guess by following us on Facebook and Instagram.
Excellent point.
By becoming a patron and reading the newsletter. That's exactly the kind of content that'll go in the biweekly profit.
I think that's probably the only way they could. Yeah.
So, to get back to the writing on the wall, this is one of the first times that we go right from chapter 8 into chapter 9. A lot of the times I feel like there's the beginning of a chapter says several months went by, or over the next few weeks, Harry blah blah blah. But we are jumping right into
we stay in the same
continuing.
Scene.
Mm-hmm.
And Filch is fired up, not happy.
Yeah, he's ready for some heads to roll. He thinks that Harry murdered his cat. Does he legitimately think that Harry did this? Do you think?
I think that in hindsight, what we've learned about Filch being a squib.
Mm-hmm.
And that he's probably jealous of every kid that walks through that school. I think that Harry is the most favorable target to blame anything on if you're Filch, because Harry's so instantly famous, supposed to be this great wizard, broken the power of Voldemort. So it's like the jealousy level's on 10 when he's looking at Harry. So if there's a chance to frame Harry for something, I feel like that's where Filch is going to go.
So he's sort of the opposite of a squib.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously and strongly magical.
At least in Filch's mind. And I mean, that's kind of the reputation that Harry walks in with. So
yeah. Harry does strut, walks around like he owns the place.
Walks around with like the Conor McGregor arms, just like swinging out way in front of him.
I picture Mark Gasol doing that. That's who I'm more familiar with.
Yes. Yep.
But I know he did it because whatever. Anyway, so I always think that's interesting because Filch says later on 144, he says, I want to see some punishment.
Yeah, because they're not really gonna.
I think he just wants to blame someone.
If I remember correctly, like Dumbledore and McGonagall and Snape, like they're not really blaming Harry. Like there's no evidence.
Well, Dumbledore and McGonagall aren't, and Snape is like.
But even Snape admits, like,
Headmaster, if I may speak, Potter and his friends may have been in the wrong place at the wrong time. But we do have a set of suspicious circumstances. He's basically saying, why wasn't Harry at the feast? Why did he go up there? And then on the top of page 144, he's like, well, I mean, at least we should not let him play Quidditch, right? Like, that seems fair to everyone. Taking off the Quidditch team. Oh, are they playing Slytherin next? Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's a pretty wise strategy, really, if you're Snape. But McGonagall doesn't let it fly, and that's what I feel like the more the story goes on, and every time Quidditch is referenced, we learned that McGonagall's actually like a pretty deep sports fan.
Yeah.
Which
she's into it.
I appreciate.
The cat wasn't hit over the head with a broomstick, so it's not Quidditch related. Cruel, unusual punishment to take him off the Quidditch team.
Yeah, McGonagall's going to do pretty much anything to keep the Seeker in line. So I'm all about it.
McGonagall played Chaser when she was in school.
Is that something I should have known, or is that like a bit of
No, that's from Pottermore.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's either Chaser or Seeker. I think it's Chaser, but I'd have to look it up.
Now, hold on. What does the Chaser do again?
Throwing the ball through the hoop.
Okay, so who are the Chasers on Gryffindor?
Angelina Johnson, Alicia Spinett, and Katie Bell.
Is there any kind of substance or reason that they're all girls?
No.
Like, are girls better chasers?
No.
Okay.
The Chasers and the other teams are boys, and
Cool.
I think the Gryffindor team is just relatively open to having girls and just take the best talent, whereas you can picture the Slytherin team sort of not letting girls on the team, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. That is something we didn't really touch on when we got into Quidditch, however many episodes back. Like, kind of neat that it's a very co-ed sport.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason a girl wouldn't be just as good.
Yeah.
If anything, it might be easier to ride a broom. I don't know.
Can't speak for that.
Having never been a girl riding a broom, that's fair. So Dumbledore knows that Mrs. Norris was petrified and not killed. And I just like that he had to look at her super closely. Like, it says his nose is almost touching her.
And he's like poking and prodding.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's petrified. Mm-hmm.
And the whole time, freaking Lockhart is like, I remember something very similar happening. Yes. Oh, she must have been, what was it? The transmogrifian torture was probably what killed her.
He's the worst. He's just literally useless.
Not a good look for my guy, Gilderoy, in these chapters. She's been petrified, said Dumbledore. Ah, I thought so, said Lockhart.
I knew it.
Yeah, he just likes to keep involving himself. Now, they're talking about petrification like it's this big deal. Dumbledore says, no second year could have done this. It would take dark magic. And so I sort of questioned that. Does that strike you as being like super dark magic to petrify a cat?
No, not at all. And I'm glad you pointed that out, because I kind of thought that as I was reading, like, wow, why is that such a serious spell?
I mean, Hermione petrifies Neville at the end of...
Is that the same thing that she did to him?
So it must not be. They must just be... The word petrified must be used in both. I mean, Petrificus Totalis, it's a full body bind. Maybe a bind versus a petrify.
I don't know. Apparently it requires dark arts.
Yeah, you got to be really into the dark stuff. Snape, I think... Do we think Snape legitimately thinks they did it, or does Snape just hate Harry?
No, Snape hates Harry.
And he's like, a thing I could blame on Harry Potter. I will do that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely that.
That's it. So not a lot of... which word I'm looking for? Snape is just legitimately not even, like, trying to be moral or, like, sincere.
No, but I mean, also, like you mentioned earlier, like, there's a huge Quidditch match coming up between Slytherin and Gryffindor. So this is like, if you're Snape, like, this is a golden opportunity.
But do you think it would go the other way around? Like, if Malfoy was caught by, do you think McGonagall would be like, look at this little dweeb. Better take him off the Quidditch team.
Maybe. I mean, McGonagall seems to care that much about Quidditch. And I would have to think, if you're any kind of reasonable adult and you look at Malfoy's face, like, there's got to be, like, some bit of anger that rises up in you, or just, like, you'd instantly feel annoyed and you don't know why. And so it'd be pretty easy to blame whatever happened on him.
I mean, there's no way Draco Malfoy is, like, a model student in Transfiguration class.
I would think he's a troublemaker to some extent, like trying to prank other kids with spells and stuff like that. And it's safe to assume that he sucks in all areas, like not just on the Quidditch pitch.
Yeah, he does suck. That's true. I liked on page 143, Snape is like, no supper? Or did you get food at the ghost party? And Ron goes, we weren't hungry. Like, Ron says that.
I feel like he said, like, we weren't hungry, and then as he's saying that, he's just shaking his head no. Like, we both know that's a lie.
Yeah, like, all of the adults are like, you're Ron Weasley. That's your thing.
Yeah.
You're actively eating.
Like, Ron can't even say that with a serious face. He's just shaking his head no, like, as he, like, we were hungry. Stupid.
Snape's nasty smile widened. He knew. So, the other thing I wanted to talk about, Mandrake Potion. That seems convenient. Weren't we just talking about mandrakes?
We were. It was a big deal in the greenhouse, right?
Yeah. So, Sprout happens to get some mandrakes, and we'll be able to use those to revive Mrs. Norris. Bada bing.
That works out pretty well.
Yeah, just seemed kind of convenient.
Yeah.
So the aftermath, we've got Harry, Ron, Hermione talking.
Wait, Rogge, so are you suggesting that it could have been a student who was in that class and learned that that was the way to revive the cat?
And then purposely petrified the cat in the
well, like
inverse
in an
way?
attempt to scare everyone, like how can I freak everybody out?
But not do permanent damage?
Exactly.
I mean, like, is that really the thought process of an 11 to 15-year-old? Like, they're going to be like, I want to scare them.
No.
I don't want to scare... I mean, if you're willing to petrify the cat, are you not willing to kill the cat? Maybe.
I don't know. It's a whole lot different petrifying a cat versus having its death on your hands.
You say that, but my guys Filch and Lockhart were like, well, the cat's dead, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I was trying to see if maybe you were like hinting at something and I didn't catch it, but...
I'm trying so hard not to.
Yeah, okay. I've made a mistake. Continue.
So we get a little bit of aftermath. They talk about the weird voices. So that's kind of the whole thing that I think has gotten lost in your and my conversation a little bit, which is that there's this voice that only Harry can hear.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why they were in that corridor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't want to tell Snape and Dumbledore that.
Right.
So Harry asks them at the top of 145, do you think I should have told them? And Ron says, without hesitation, hearing voices no one else can hear isn't a good sign, even in the wizarding world. So how worried are we about Harry?
I don't know. I think pretty worried. I guess my question is, why wouldn't they want to tell Dumbledore?
Yeah, interesting. What do you think the justification is there?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to figure out while I was reading this. Like, I guess I understand if Snape's standing there, but I don't know. Why not go to Dumbledore separately and ask him about this? Like, I feel like he's going to be... He may not give you the answer, but he's going to have good advice or know what to do next.
So you don't think it's just embarrassment? Self-consciousness? I mean, we're talking about a 12-year-old.
Yeah, I guess that would be, like, maybe he's afraid that they're going to be like, I think maybe you're crazy.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like that much of a Dumbledore thing to do, though.
Well, and especially in the world they live in.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's why Ron says,
and,
even in the wizarding world.
Right, so I don't feel like that's a legitimate excuse. So I was sort of confused as to, like, why it's such a big deal to not tell someone. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it just must be that they think he's crazy.
I mean, Harry's obviously already skeptical. Like, he asks Ron, like, you do believe me, don't you?
Yeah.
So maybe he just thinks that, like, it's too far-fetched of an explanation that, like, Dumbledore or McGonagall won't believe him.
Yeah, it just sounds like an excuse.
Yeah.
I guess so.
But I think either way, it's a definite concern for Harry that he's the only one who can hear this voice. The kinds of things it's saying, by the impersonation of the voice you did, I think, on the last episode, it's safe to say it's Voldemort.
Always a safe assumption.
Yeah.
Either Snape or...
So, like, why can Harry hear that?
Maybe it's Neville.
That's low-key. It probably is Neville. I think we should not sleep on Neville.
Yeah. I try not to. Doesn't sound comfortable at all.
That's the dad joke of a lifetime.
Thank you.
So that's something that I was thinking a lot about, is, like, why can Harry hear this voice, which is probably the voice of Voldemort?
But no one else can.
But no one else can.
Yeah, so you posited, this is one of your predictions. I asked, how is Harry in danger from the chamber? Or is Harry in danger from the chamber if he isn't Muggle-born? And so you think that has something to do with the voice, and he can hear it because he has Muggle lineage? I mean, his mom was Muggle-born?
Yes. And I'm still not ready to let go of the idea that he's somehow related to Voldemort.
Sure.
And I felt like that was potentially backed up by this whole idea that, like, when he put the sorting hat on, it was like instantly telling him Slytherin, and Slytherin would make him great, and that's where he kind of naturally fit.
Right.
So like there's a connection there.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, that's a direction that we're going here in these chapters. We might be skipping ahead. I don't remember what page it was on, but Harry in 152 to 153, Harry never told Ron and Hermione that the Sorting Hat had seriously considered putting him in Slytherin. So this is something that Harry's thinking about. How he tried to push it away. He tried to not get sorted to Slytherin, but he's having second thoughts. Like, man, the Sorting Hat really wanted to put me in there. All this Slytherin stuff is coming up while I'm at Hogwarts. Yeah. Coincidence? But there was one other thing. Squib thoughts. What's a squib? Are squibs important? Do you care that Filch is a squib?
So squibs are people who were born of wizards but don't have magical powers. Is that correct?
Right. So it's the opposite of your Hermione,
right?
Who has Muggle parents that can do magic. So
I'm not that concerned, but and this isn't all that important to what we're talking about. But I did wonder, in terms of Filch. So he was obviously doing his best to, like, that bothers him. And he's trying to figure out with this quick spell stuff how he can, like, learn some magic. What was he planning to do with that?
So here's the deal with quick spell, is that it is for people who are bad at magic and need to, like, take some, not magic steroids, that's not the right word. They need, like, a quick fix. Their charms are weak. They're bad at potions. They need a little course on sort of shaping it up. They didn't pay much attention in school. It's not going to, like, give him magic. So Filch is sort of grasping at straws here.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Magic is for Neville. Quick spell is for Neville, right? He's not very good at it. Needs to get better at it. It's not going to just suddenly make him able to cast charms.
Interesting.
So his goal is to be, he wants to be a wizard. He wants to be able to do magic. Think of how frustrating that would be to be there in that school, in that wizarding world, but not be able to do it.
It seems like that's kind of an interesting job to take. If you're him, like, why would you want to put yourself in that environment every day?
I mean, how many janitorial positions are in the wizarding world? Because it seems like, I mean, low-key, could Dumbledore not just cast, like, a castle cleaning spell every night?
Dude, that question comes up in so many different ways throughout just, like, random things that they do. All the characters, like, well, they don't need to do that. They could just use magic.
Yeah, I mean, there are limits to magic.
So I try not to go there.
There are rules about magic. You can't just conjure up some money. You can't just make food.
Who governs that?
But you can, I mean, that's just the nature of magic. Okay. Like, it's not possible to create a sandwich. You can summon a sandwich from somewhere else. You can point at a sandwich and multiply it into a bunch of sandwich eye.
Sandwich eye.
Yeah.
Good.
But you can't just make one from thin air. You can make a chair come out of thin air, or some flowers, water, a snake.
But not a sandwich.
Not a sandwich. Not money.
Okay.
Those are the two that I know you cannot conjure. Anyway, Filch is a squib. Are we going to hear, is this going to continue playing in? Well, okay, so do we think that his cat was attacked because he is a squib, and the Chamber of Secrets is attacking Muggle-related things, like squibs? Is there a connection or what?
I don't know. That seemed a little bit of a reach for me.
Yeah.
That's what, and we talked about this before we started recording. Like, I'm kind of puzzled by a lot in these two chapters. Like, the two petrifications, I guess, is how you'd word it. Like, what are their, like, why is that the route whoever's doing this chose to go? What does that prove?
It's fair.
You know, like,
Fair question.
why didn't they go after a Muggle-born, like a Hermione? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or, which maybe they will, but...
Well, Colin Creevey was a Muggle-born.
Okay, yeah, you're right. We ended with him getting petrified, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I just didn't understand the relevance of, like, the cat, but...
Yeah, that is tough. I don't know if we're going to get a great answer on that.
Okay.
But we do get a lot of fun information about the Chamber of Secrets, or at least what we think is information about that, from my guy, Professor Binns.
Yes.
Cuthbert Binns.
What's his first name?
Cuthbert.
Cuthbert.
Like Dilbert, but with a cuff.
So what do you think his nickname was in high school or on the sports teams?
Bert. It's just Binns. Hey,
Cuthbert.
Binns. Oi, Binns, come here then.
Bertie Binns.
I'm Bert
I am Bert
Binns.
Binns.
Bert Binns? Okay. Yeah, I guess. I was thinking like Bert Binns. It's Bert Binns. Sounds like
Bert
burping.
Binns.
Okay, now that no one is still listening. So I kind of thought it seems like he's a waste of a person. Like, it should be awesome that a ghost is teaching your class, right?
Yeah.
When you go to Hogwarts, you should be like, hold up, there's a ghost on my teacher schedule. Like, you're circling that, because that should be a great class. Because he should be like, oh, well, when I was hanging out with Merlin, like, he's been around for who knows how long.
Yeah, you would think even if he's talking about a pretty boring subject, it would keep you entertained, the fact that a ghost is in your presence and teaching you.
So he must be extra boring to make up for that.
Yeah. Yeah, and the way he's described, he definitely is.
So what are your thoughts on Slytherin is basically racist?
I feel like we kind of knew that.
Yeah, and so that played into the whole situation with founding the school.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have thoughts on this?
Well, as in, like ask a question. What do you mean?
So like I have down here, how did the other founders get along with Slytherin well enough originally to found the school? They were like, okay, we need the 4 best witches and wizards to found this school
that anyone could have.
Yeah. And they were like, Ravenclaw, what are you? And Ravenclaw's like, I'm smart. And they're like, okay, you're in. And Hufflepuff, what are you? And they're like, I'm loyal. Okay, that sounds good. Gryffindor, what are you? And they're like, I'm brave. And so, perfect. Slytherin, what are you? And he's like, I'm racist. And they're like, well, okay. And then later on, they were like, Slytherin, why are you being racist? And he was like, I was upfront about this. I told you guys. That's my thing. I was the racist guy. And then they kick him out, like they argue about it. He was like, hear me out. Let's only let purebloods in. And then they kicked him out of the school. Right?
It's kind of a real Adolf Hitler thing going on here.
Kind of.
Like,
yeah.
Like, guys, I'm a good-looking dude. I have a well-groomed mustache. I'm pretty charismatic.
We're going to see some paintings.
Yeah.
Some mediocre paintings from Slytherin's childhood.
But also, let's make one race of, like, super people.
Yeah.
That is a good question. How did that character flaw not come up before the founding of a major school?
You'd think.
And I guess, how did it not just get, like, cut out?
Like you just end Slytherin House when you kick him out?
Like, how did they not just replace it or something like that?
I mean, I think they tried to spin it. Like, it would have been bad PR. And so they're like, okay, how about Slytherin House thing isn't being racist? Their thing is that they're selfish. They're, what are the words? They're resourceful and ambitious, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
But obviously, like, the mentality has lived on for a long time.
I mean, here's the deal. If you're going to let any British kid who can do magic come to Hogwarts, some of them are going to be jerks.
Right.
Gotta have a house to put them in so that no one else has to hang out with them.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Or you could just not recruit them.
Yeah. But then they're going to go form their own evil magic school.
Great. We have our own good magic school to fight against them.
That's the plan. It's just never-ending magic war.
I mean, it's going to end in war either way, whether they're a part of Hogwarts or not.
You think?
Am I wrong?
Oh yeah, let me just tell you. So you're heading towards war here. Slytherins v not Slytherins.
Members of Slytherin v the good of Hogwarts.
Slytherins and Neville.
Yes.
Versus Harry Potter.
In the end, Neville will be the only one standing. Neville will run Hogwarts.
Trip and blow up the school. Neville's going to run Hogwarts with an iron fist.
With sort of a harder plastic fist that could be broken.
Now, is he like a supervillain but with a toad instead of a cat? Like he's just always stroking it?
Yeah.
Trevor. Oh no, where's Trevor?
I don't know. That's a ridiculous prediction, but I'm trying not to sleep on Neville. I think he's
Neville will run Hogwarts.
I'm not all in on that one, that prediction.
That's the only kind of predictions you make are ones they're all in on.
Yeah, okay.
So Slytherin's racist, but Binns is like, well, he didn't. So
it's not even a real thing. So
talk me through the Chamber of Secrets. What is the idea, the myth, the man, the myth, the legend of the Chamber of Secrets?
So according to the legend, Slytherin.
So we're on page 151 for anyone reading along.
I'm reading through here. The story goes that Slytherin had built a hidden chamber in the castle of which the founders knew nothing.
Convenient.
They sealed the Chamber of Secrets so that no one would be able to open it until his own true heir arrived at the school. The heir alone would be able to unseal the Chamber of Secrets, unleash the horror within, and use it to purge the school of all who are unworthy to study magic.
So when you hear the horror within, are we thinking monster? What are we talking about?
I mean, that's kind of the way it's described.
Okay, cool. Do you have a guess, as to what kind of monster this could be? That's
what I'm trying to think through. I guess I was more thinking there's some sort of potion or spell within there that I don't know if it's a specific wand or something that when put in the hands of the heir, he can just annihilate all those who are unworthy to study magic.
Gotcha. So whoever has opened the chamber this time went in, got the thing, came out, and used it to petrify the cat?
Yeah, maybe.
Sure. Okay, I can see that.
I don't think that's too far off.
I like it, because you wrote down that you thought it was a dragon.
Well, at first, because your question on here is, what could the monster be?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
because that's how they refer to it, right? Is as a monster.
Yeah.
What do you mean by the horror within? That is believed to be some sort of monster. Yep, said Binns.
Yeah,
but Binns is all that's just a fairy tale. It's not real.
Which is hilarious though, because he knows so much detail about it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not. If I remember correctly, the heir alone would be able to unseal the Chamber of Secrets, unleashing the horror within and using it to purge the school of all who are unworthy to study magic. But, I mean, I don't really remember that much, and honestly, it's not even real, so...
What if it's him, though?
That's not a bad point, because, I mean, look what happened last time when I slept on Coral.
Yeah. So Binns is coaching some little kid on how to do stuff because he can't touch things. That's why we're learning so much about ghosts?
Potentially.
Think about it. So he's saying it doesn't exist, and then the kids go off, and they're like, we can think of holes in your theory, professor.
Yeah, so you were a teacher at one time. How would you handle this, Rogge?
I mean, I would handle it basically how he did, by saying nonsense and then the wrong last name for the kid, which is pretty much his move. But sir, said Seamus Finnegan, if the chamber can only be opened by Slytherin's true heir, no one else would be able to find it, would they? Nonsense, O'Flaherty, said Binns in an aggravated tone. if a long succession of Hogwarts headmasters and headmistresses haven't found the thing. So he basically is he just has his stance and he's pushing it. It's that it's not about being Slytherin's heir. There's no such thing. It's not about dark magic. It's Hogwarts headmasters and headmistresses haven't found it. They're stronger than you, so shut up. They're right. Putting a lot of faith in the establishment here.
Yeah. Which seems like a cop-out by someone who's involved.
Trying to throw him off his scent.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what are you going to do to punish a ghost? Like, he gets caught, like, what happens?
Yeah, you're not doing anything. So really, he is one of the most powerful beings within Hogwarts then, right?
I guess.
I mean, you can't do anything to him.
Can he do anything to you, though?
Oh, yeah.
With knowledge.
I really enjoy Ron's quote on 152 after all of this, saying, I always knew Salazar Slytherin was a twisted old loony. Like, did you, Ron? Did you know that?
He knows things about whether or not things are twisted.
Seems like an awful long time ago for him to have any information on.
Oh, yeah.
But
so then we get Harry is unsure about his Sorting Hat Slytherin connection, which we've already addressed. They get distracted by some spiders.
Yeah.
Here on 154?
Yes.
Yes. And Ron is freaking out. And why does Ron hate spiders so much?
When he was 3, his brother Fred turned his teddy bear into a great big filthy spider because he broke Fred's broomstick.
So I have some questions about this.
Okay.
Ron is 3. Do you know how old that makes Fred?
You have written here that it would make Fred 5.
Yeah, Fred's 2 years older than Ron.
Okay.
So Fred is 5, and he's taking his dad's wand and using it to cast a spell on Ron's teddy bear that successfully turns it into a spider. Turning something into an animal is advanced transfiguration. Like, can Harry Potter do that right now?
Probably not.
So is Fred, like, the chosen one? Like, how is Fred so good at magic?
Yeah, that's a good point. I would have read right over that. Because I guess I didn't really connect that Fred's only 2 years older.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Seems like a stretch that he'd be able to do that. That's some solid magic, and you're not legally allowed to do magic outside of school until you're 17.
I mean, it could have been just like an accident thing. Like Fred got mad and just grabbed his dad's wand and pointed it. And
so, like how Harry made the glass disappear and sticked a snake on Dudley?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. So we go into the bathroom. Do you have was this noticeable to you that we're in a girl's bathroom talking to Moaning Myrtle?
It was kind of funny to me that Harry and Ron don't really have any reservations about it. Like if
Ron originally was like, I can't go in there. It's a girl's toilet.
Yeah. I just felt like they would have put up more opposition than that.
Yeah, it's fair.
I mean, if I'm a 12-year-old boy, that'd be a no-go.
What are your thoughts on Moaning Myrtle? Do you care?
No.
All right. Next.
I don't know. To me, she is just like nearly headless Nick. Funny characters help their vehicles to help the storyline go along. I don't have any great interest in them.
All right. We leave the bathroom and Percy just starts yelling.
What's Percy's deal?
Girls, it's a girls' bathroom, and you get to, he's flapping his arms at one point on page 150, the middle of page 157, as he's bustling them along. Don't you care what that looks like? Everyone's at dinner. I told Ginny that you didn't kill the cat, but she thinks you killed the cat.
It's not okay.
It's not okay, Ron. Boys don't go in girls' bathrooms. You're a boy, Ron.
And to show you just how angry I am, I'm gonna flap my arms like a bird.
He's making Ron think of spiders, like he's acting like he has more arms than he has, and Ron's like, ah.
It could be it.
I don't know. That's weak. It's not my best work.
Not your best. Keep trying.
So Percy's mad. Percy just seems irrationally mad here.
Something's going on with Percy.
Yeah. We're on page 158. We've got a new theory. We think that maybe Malfoy is the heir of Slytherin.
It seems more probable that Harry is.
Why is that?
Because he can hear the voice. I mean, I guess, I don't know, that's not a great explanation, but like, I'm trying to figure out what the connection is there. Like, why is he the only one who can hear it? Or can Malfoy hear it and we don't know that?
Ooh, interesting. Malfoy can hear it. That's how he knew to go to that hallway.
Yeah. Like, we don't ever get any kind of perspective from Crabbe or Goyle or anybody, you know? Like, we don't know what's going on in Malfoy's head.
So you're in. You agree. Malfoy is a good suspect.
I think he's a good suspect. I'm not ready to say he is the heir. He's
Right.
an obvious suspect to me.
Yeah, all we have are suspects right now. That's fair.
But I don't think you can not question Harry either. So.
Well, right now, so just on the basis of the voice.
That and the sorting hat.
There's the voice plus the sorting hat, right? But Ron and Hermione don't know about that.
Right.
So Harry should be our number one suspect right now.
I want to check him off the list first, yeah.
Okay. Well, their move is, we got to figure out if Malfoy is the heir. So we'd better brew a really complicated potion that'll take a month so we can turn into his best friends so he'll tell us.
I mean, I like this.
You're in on this plan.
Yeah, what else are you going to do?
You tackle him and tie him up and slap him until he tells you if he's the heir of Slytherin?
Maybe.
You use a magic truth-telling spell?
That seems pretty advanced.
Man, if only they had some kind of like blanket that they could use so that people couldn't see them and they could like follow Malfoy around.
Okay, so that's your first decent one. That makes more sense. That seems a lot easier. But they're not very careful with that thing, and so maybe they're just they don't trust themselves, which I wouldn't either, because they suck at taking care of that thing.
We haven't talked about this in a while. Is it just you going, it's the most important thing that they have, and then they're so bad at it?
Let's not get started on that again.
I mean, why not?
That's my, eternal beef.
It could be so useful. Braden's eternal beef.
Eternal beef.
Bobby Newport. That's what that made me think of.
Oh, that's a good reference.
So
yeah, that would have made more sense, probably a little easier, but I like their ingenuity here. I like why not? Let's see if we can make a spell. And
it's fun.
Yeah, maybe you can get some stuff out of Malfoy for fun too. Like some embarrassing stuff about him. And then you can bring that up again when you're Ron, Harry, and Hermione.
Like good fodder for insults?
Yeah, gain some extra ammunition while you're in there.
That's always good.
Yeah.
So in order to get the recipe for this potion, they have to get a special book.
Yes, that's in the restricted section. So they need the signature of a teacher to get in said restricted section.
But what teacher is thick enough to give them permission to check out most potent potions?
I don't know. You'd almost need someone who was so completely consumed with themselves that they couldn't even pay enough attention to know what book you were asking for.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
There's no one like that at Hogwarts.
Yeah,
though.
You would think such a high establishment.
All the teachers are competent. Yeah.
Of wizardry wouldn't hire anybody like that. But then again, they did, and they hired Gilderoy Lockhart.
Bwomp, womp, womp.
So they'll go to him, which is a great plan, and he will sign off on it because he's a moron.
So the move is to use Lockhart's incompetence for your personal gain.
Yes, and that won't be that hard, especially because you have Hermione.
Yeah.
And she can be genuinely, enthralled with him.
Yeah, legitimately still likes him.
Yeah, doesn't have to act that hard to act like he's super interesting.
I wanted to talk briefly about how he treats Harry during class. This move where he's always making Harry, howl?
Well, okay, so my first question is, where does this become educational? So now we're just acting out things that have happened in his life?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the theory, is that the point is that they can defend themselves. So if I'll show them how I defended myself, and now they can replicate that, right?
Okay.
Do as I show you to do. But then homework, did you notice what homework was at the end of that lesson?
Write a poem about, what does he call
his defeat of the Wagga Wagga werewolf.
Yes. Write a poem about one of my greatest triumphs.
So that's where, I mean, like, I'm not defending Lockhart at any point, but he totally loses me when that's his homework. It's not like write an essay about how I used this spell.
Right.
Because there's a spell that turns werewolves into people. Okay. It's, I'll give you a copy of my book if you write a good poem.
Yeah. At this point, I'm not surprised.
It's just...
This is just what you come to expect now with Gilderoy.
They need to learn defense against the dark arts.
It seems important, and honestly, I blame this on Dumbledore, because I assume he's the one who signed off on the hire of Lockhart. Like, I know you couldn't find very many people to take the job, but...
I mean, here's the deal. What's Dumbledore doing all day?
That's an excellent question.
Like, I can't come down and teach some defense against the dark arts?
Like, even if it's like you're just sitting in until you get the next hire?
Yeah.
Until you find the right person?
I mean, principals will sometimes sub.
Yeah.
Is he really that busy with... I mean, I don't even know what he does. Discipline doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Teachers just do their own detentions. What does Dumbledore do? Research? Is he like a professor at a college who like researches and publishes himself?
Potentially. But that's a really good point. Like, I don't know why... He seems like a very logical option if you're serious about your students being good at defense.
Yeah, I don't know. We get the book, but not before my guy Lockhart is like, Harry, I heard you're like an okay Quidditch player, but like I'm good, so I guess I could like tutor you a little bit, maybe. And Harry's like, I hate you so much.
He could literally fly in circles around Gilderoy.
Yeah. Like, there's no way he's good, right?
No. There's...
Like, get Lockhart on a broom.
If he...
Harry should have been like, yes, let's do it.
Yeah, like, he should have been like, hey, tell you what, like, why don't we just play, like, a little one-on-one?
Yeah.
Like...
A scrimmage.
A little scrimmage. And, like, I'll just try to do my best to beat you, and if I can't, then maybe I'll learn something from you. Yeah.
That would be good. I like to imagine that it's Quidditch training. You know how when you're training for basketball, the coaches are usually like little white guys?
Yeah.
And it's like you can just dunk on them all day. So they give them like these giant pads that they use to smack the bigger post players.
Yeah.
And so Lockhart is up there on a broom with just like giant pads that he's like smacking Harry with to make him better.
Yeah, I can't imagine he has any real skill at all.
Yeah, I would doubt it. So it's going to take a while to make this potion. Are you worried about this situation, whether you're going to need to steal some of the ingredients?
I am. I think they're already probably on thin ice to begin with.
Probably.
With everything that's going on with the petrification, and they got in trouble last year as first years. Harry got in trouble for doing magic over the summer. They flew a car into a tree.
Lest we forget.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think theft is probably a great option right now, but these are pretty high stakes, I guess, so desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah, it's all they got, so, I mean, whatever.
Other than the invisibility cloak, but...
Yeah, I mean, who cares about that, really?
Yeah, it's not even that useful.
So I put in one of the subheadings here, y'all forgot about Quidditch. You know, we hadn't been thinking, we're all concerned with the Chamber of Secrets and Lockhart and potions, but Quidditch is coming up.
It's here.
It's here. What did you think of this Quidditch match?
Well, I really liked Wood getting everybody pumped up before the match, talking about how, you know, they've got the better equipment, but we've trained harder. And then he just completely singles Harry out and tells him, get the snitch or die trying. Essentially just putting it on Harry like, hey man, if you don't get the snitch, we're not going to win, so you need to figure out how to get that done. which is really tough when there is a bludger that is some like magically directed to go only at Harry's head. It goes nowhere else.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on this whole bludger? Before the reveal, what were you thinking was happening?
I mean, I was thinking Slytherin came up with some way to get this done.
That they just they put a Harry Potter magnet spell.
Yeah. And I don't know how they would have done that. Like, that seems pretty advanced as well. But that was my thought.
And that kind of leads right into your beef for this week.
Yes.
Braden's beef. That was like the Batman version.
Yeah. That one wasn't quite as beefy as last week, but...
I mean, like, it was beefy in a different way.
It was kind of like organic. An organic beef. Grass-fed.
Grass-fed.
Cage-free.
Nice.
Always got 8 hours of sleep. How does no one notice that the head-seeking bludger that's only focused on Harry, how does no one notice that is out there and that that's happening? Is there literally no adult in supervision ever at a Quidditch match?
I mean, there's literally a referee.
So what are they doing?
My guy, Madam Hooch, is all concerned with the guys scoring regular goals with the quaffle. She's like, oh, here's the score. Well, we'll call a foul on someone if they elbow you. I just don't like, I just think that I know that this game of Quidditch it's magical and there's a lot that can happen and you got to keep it kind of loose and free, in the spirit of magic, I guess. But I just keep coming back to there is like no regulation over this game. Yeah, it's...
Like you can spell players while they're... Or, cast spells on players while they're playing.
Happens.
You can send a heat-seeking missile bludger at one player's head specifically.
Even if you're just a little house elf that, like, doesn't even have a wand.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's no protection for the players out there. They need a players' union.
We want to get paid. We want to have less homework. We want everyone to be riding the same brooms.
Harry's like, if you guys are going to sell my cloaks in the store, I need a cut of that.
Which they are.
He's putting Gryffindor on the map. Gryffindor sales are exploding.
Kids all over the country are trying to grab that Potter jersey.
Oh, Dad, I want a Harry Potter cloak.
Yeah,
I want a Gryffindor one.
You're getting, like, the alternate jerseys. You're getting the home and aways.
Oh, yeah. They've probably got, like, sick alternates.
There's just straight up merch going on.
Yeah, like Gryffindor / Hogwarts is bringing in just making a lot of money off of Harry and the players.
The video game.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's
got to have Potter and Wood and all the names that you want.
It's endless.
The Weasley sales alone. How many Weasleys are there out there buying these games and jerseys?
And I think we all know the Weasley family could definitely use a cut of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
It's a double cut with the twins. 2 cuts. Twin cuts.
Twin cuts.
And there's your episode title. Finally. Minute 57. No, 56. I don't know how minutes work. So, there's a weird bludger situation. They call timeout. And the twins are like, yeah, we have to spend all our time protecting Harry. And Harry's like, no, it's fine.
No, guys, I can do it.
I'll just dance around it. Does that seem reasonable?
It seems... I appreciate Harry's bravery. It's just kind of stupid. Like, Harry, you are the team. If one of these things... If you happen to not dodge at the exact moment you need to and it knocks you out or breaks your neck, like, Gryffindor is now done for the season.
Think of someone else before yourself, Harry.
You're so freaking selfish, Harry. Why don't you take a lap?
It breaks his arm. He does successfully dodge it for a while. And so when he's dodging, I'm picturing that it's actually pretty cool. He's doing a bunch of loop-the-loops and, like, swerving back and forth. So, because the bludgers, like, can't change speed with him.
I'm kind of, like, envisioning one of those like one of those Nike commercials where like it's one of their sponsored athletes. Like say it's a really successful, like Neymar, like a soccer player.
Sure.
And he's just like doing all these crazy moves, and like these defenders are just can't get in front of him at all. They're like falling down and getting spun out of their shoes, and like everything's blurry around him because he's moving so fast and he's so awesome and athletic.
Yeah, but instead everyone's like, oh, look how dumb Harry looks. Malfoy yells, trading for the ballet, Potter. You're doing some really cool flying there, Harry, you idiot. What, Potter, are you a skilled flyer? Pfft.
Yeah, which is hilarious because Malfoy, like, as a seeker, what's your job? Your job is to look for the snitch. What are you looking for?
He's looking for the worst thought-out insults he can throw at Harry Potter.
You're more focused on what the other team's seeker is doing, therefore losing for your team. So...
yeah, so that's how it ends. Harry it breaks his arm, and he's like, I've got 2 arms. It's fine.
Yeah, but so, like, let's talk about this. He literally rides the broom with just his legs.
Sure.
Because obviously one arm is useless, the other one is going to be used to catch the snitch. So This is an incredible feat. Like, if you weren't really sold on Harry being the real deal, like the LeBron James of Quidditch, I don't know what else you need.
What are you doing, training for the rodeo, Potter?
No, I'm calling game.
Yeah, but if you look dumb doing it, then, like, that's what matters to Malfoy.
Well, that's why Malfoy sucks. As a person and at Quidditch.
That's not unfair. So Harry grabs the snitch, he lands, and then Lockhart rushes over. And Lockhart shows up, and Harry goes, oh no, not you. Lockhart doesn't know what he's saying. No, I'll keep it like this. Lie back, Harry. No, I want to go to the hospital wing. And Lockhart he's like, this is abuse. He's forcing himself onto this child.
Again, where is the referee? Ref should have been
calling.
How
is Lockhart there so soon?
I don't know. And like, so am I correct in thinking the Quidditch teams don't actually have like adult coaches? It's just like your captain out there, like Wood?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, in my mind, catching the snitch is the most important, exciting part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
When that happens, I would assume, like, you know, when you see Harry take off, like, going for the snitch, I would assume it's one of those things, like, the announcer yells something, the crowd all of a sudden stands on their feet, people are yelling.
Absolutely. Of course.
So, like, if you're Wood, you know that. You know that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You see Harry crash into the ground. You see he's holding his arm. He's in pain.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go, like, get the trainer, or what's the nurse's name?
Madam Pomfrey.
You need to get somebody to go get her.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, Wood shows up pretty quickly. He's there telling Lockhart that Harry should just go to the hospital wing. But I think he's a little out of it because he's just so pumped that
true.
They won.
He's just in pure ecstasy. So maybe like the referee needs to step up in that situation.
Where's Hagrid?
Where is Hagrid? We didn't get a Hagrid reference at all in these 2 chapters.
I just don't get it. Ron and Lockhart is down there first, no other adults. Like, he's that much faster than everyone else. Here's what I'm thinking. Next match, the same thing happens, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just say, hypothetically, okay. Now that they know that this could happen, and Lockhart's about to do this spell on Harry, Fred and George just tackle him. Like, you're not even pretending anymore.
Yes. I'm all about that.
They know, now we know that Lockhart's just going to, like, screw this up.
Or, like, just accidentally hit a bludger right at Lockhart.
just you know,
right on the jaw.
Break his skull. Yeah, right on the jaw. He has to get it wired shut.
Or like right into his stomach, so it just knocks the wind out of him and he can't talk.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
Yeah.
What if you just like kill him? You know, like that could. Then he can't hurt Harry.
Could
so like that could
just
work.
End his life. Just get him out of the way completely.
It's better for everyone. He takes out all the bones in Harry's body. Now, did you just gloss over this? Were you like...
Just his arm. His arm, right?
In Harry's arm. I'm sorry, I said buddy. Like, where in the wizarding world, like, it happens, you lose your bones?
Yeah.
Or did this stick out to you?
It was just annoying. It was like, why? I don't know. Why is Lockhart there? Why is he employed by Hogwarts? And now, like, is this going to be even more healing time for Harry? Like, will he miss a few Quidditch matches because of this? He's got to regrow an arm.
He does have to regrow an arm. It's pretty much going to be like a night or two.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Yeah, I mean, no,
but it's
you don't know
painful.
that yet. Mm-hmm. Oh, it is. It's the worst. Harry will, like, later describe it as, like, the worst pain he's ever felt.
I just don't think... I think Lockhart is going to really... Like, we've seen him make some mistakes so far that haven't had, like, terrible implications, and I feel like he's going to make a mistake that's going to, like, really jeopardize Hogwarts in general.
Yeah, like, he's gonna accidentally kill someone. He's gonna light something on fire.
Yeah.
He's gonna do something bad.
It's gonna get worse.
So Harry goes to the hospital wing. He has to drink Skelligro.
But what matters is they won.
That is what's important. He grows an arm. And then basically the next important thing that happens is Harry wakes up because Dobby is sponging his forehead. That's kind of sweet.
Dobby is sweet. I just don't feel like I can completely trust him.
He's sweet, but he's possibly nefarious.
Yeah, I don't think that he is evil. But I think maybe his master is. And so there's obviously a conflict of interest there because Dobby is supremely loyal, but loves Harry Potter.
So he demonstrates that loyalty by blocking the barrier. Figured that out. It was Dobby.
Yep.
Was that a surprise to you?
It shouldn't have been. After their conversation in Harry's bedroom. That makes perfect sense, and...
He's literally trying to prevent him from getting to Hogwarts.
Yeah, I just want to know what it is that's so... Like, how does Dobby know what's going to happen? Who's telling him?
What's his source?
Yeah. Where's he gaining this information?
It's a good question.
And also, how is he getting out to talk to Harry without no one noticing?
Yeah, he goes on and on about how he has to get punished when he does these things. He's getting death threats every day.
Yeah.
But yet he can just zip off to Hogwarts whenever.
Yeah, and no one notices he's gone.
It is interesting. It's a good question. Let's see. A couple notes. On page 178, Dobby accidentally says the Chamber of Secrets is open once more. Did that stick out to you at all?
Yeah, so I mean, the first thing that came to mind is that it probably was opened when Voldemort was in power.
When he was in power, so around a couple years before he tried to kill Harry, baby Harry.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then it closed up once baby Harry defeated him.
Sure. Well, if that's the case, then wouldn't Professor Binns know that it was opened up? Wouldn't he be like... He wouldn't be saying it's not real. He'd be saying, yeah, sure, it was opened in like the late 70s.
But that's what I'm saying, man. He's trying to throw people off the trail.
Suspish.
Soupy suspish.
There's the episode title. What was the last one? I don't remember. Twin Cuts.
Twin Cuts.
Soupy suspish.
Soupy suspish.
Soupy suspish. So Harry has to go home. He must not meddle in this. Someone opened it, and then Dobby leaves. He just bails.
Yep. He disappears, and now we're talking to Dumbledore.
Yeah, we got Dumbledore. Dumbledore and McGonagall show up because my guy Colin Creevy got petrificated.
He done been froze.
Yeah. He was trying to bring some grapes to Harry Potter.
Poor Colin. But he was trying to take a picture, right? He was petrified with the camera in his hands.
He was.
So I got really excited when Dumbledore thought to check the camera. Like, oh, sweet, we've got a picture. Now we know who's doing this. And it turns out they burn up the camera.
So how does that happen?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, when they petrified him, they went ahead and did some sort of spell to just like destroy any evidence.
So it was a separate intentional evidence thing. Okay.
Yeah, whoever's doing this is not stupid.
Sure. I mean, they haven't been caught yet, and Dumbledore is actually trying to deal with it.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing from this chapter is that on page 180, he says the question, they're asking like what is the original question? Like who opened the Chamber of Secrets or...
Yeah, McGonagall is like, but Albus, surely, who?
Yes.
And Dumbledore says the question is not who, the question is how. So what do you take from that? What does that mean?
I mean, to me, this was like really concerning because obviously Dumbledore has no idea what's going on either.
Sure.
And I feel like Dumbledore is always the voice of reason, like hey, it's going to be all right. You know, I've got things under control. I mean, he has no idea what's going on. So if I'm Harry, that's terrifying.
Yeah, no, it's scary. Harry, he trusts Dumbledore.
He's kind of like the fatherly figure, you know, like you run to dad, he's going to tell you what to do. And Dumbledore's described as the greatest wizard of all time. So you kind of just put faith in that. Like, well, no matter how bad it gets, like we've got Dumbledore. And now he's just openly admitting like he doesn't know either. So that's pretty concerning moving forward.
So you don't have do you have a good prediction about who or how?
Man, I don't. I know that Voldemort's involved.
You think Harry or Malfoy are two top suspects? Harry, Malfoy, Binns, Neville. Always
Neville. I think that Binns is probably a ploy in this, similarly to Quirrell.
Sure.
I don't think Malfoy is not involved. I think that maybe Malfoy is sort of getting like coaxed and trained to fight alongside Voldemort. I don't know.
Well, hopefully we will get to know. Are you anticipating the next chapter is going to have some sort of reveal about who the heir of the Chamber of Secrets is?
If not, that will be incredibly frustrating.
2 more chapters. The next chapter seems pretty long. Next chapter is about 22 pages. Yeah, we got a couple long ones coming up. 11 and 12, so that's exciting. Yeah, I think that brings us to our... Oh, no, we have to go into the Chamber of Sea Quotes.
The Chamber of Sea Quotes.
Yep, never made it in.
Well, let's head on down there.
Okay. So I already mentioned one on page 142 when Lockhart is sort of talking behind Dumbledore. Oh, I thought so. But you had one on page 159.
Yeah, so Ron, Harry, and Hermione are kind of coming up with the plan to make this potion. And Hermione's basically like thinking out loud, getting to the end result of like, well, hey, Snape talked about that one potion in class that you can like become someone else. And she's not like spitting it out. So Ron says on page 159, and I'm going to read it here. Hang on. Well, okay. There might be a way, said Hermione slowly, dropping her voice still further with a quick glance across the room at Percy. Of course, it would be difficult and dangerous, very dangerous. We'd be breaking about 50 school rules, I expect. And Ron cuts her off and says, if in a month or so you feel like explaining, will you let us know, won't you? I'm enjoying Ron's,
Sassy Ron.
Yeah, Sassy Ron. Hashtag Sassy Ron.
He must have been hungry.
There are literally so many episode titles.
Hashtag Sassy Ron. Yeah, I think that wraps us up for episode 14. Thank you for listening. Yeah, thank you for listening to another episode. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review the show on iTunes. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe. It'll help us climb the charts. Please like us on Facebook, Instagram, We've been redoubling efforts to try to do daily posts on Facebook and Instagram, which is exciting. And Braden, do you want to tell them what chapters we're reading next time?
We will be getting into 11 and 12. And you want me to look at the titles of these? And
no. Spoilers.
But last time you had me like describe the picture.
Okay, we don't do the same thing every time, Braden. Gosh.
I quit.
No, you don't. Please. We can't do it without you. Thank you, producer Jeremy.
Thank you, editress Jessica.
Yes, good. Couldn't do it without you guys either. So, yeah, see you guys next time.
See ya.